An economist at Creighton University feels the outlook for 2015 is not a promising one. With grain prices dipping lower, it isn't just affecting farmers. It may start to impact other parts of the communities. AgDay's Betsy Gibbon has a story.
The past few years have been pretty good to most farmers.
Farmer had enjoyed really good farm income, and they had saved that money. They'd been spending judiciously. So as a result, the farmers are still in a pretty good cash position.
But Creighton University economics professor Dr. Ernie Goss says he believes with grain prices down, farm incomes will follow.
Particularly those states like South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, where you see grain prices moving lower. It's going to spill over into the broader economy, and you'll see those numbers showing up there. And that's what we haven't seen yet.
Goss anticipates lower grain prices to hurt more than employment.
Lower income, you're talking about wage growth, overall state wage growth, it's not as good.
He says major changes with cash rents aren't showing up now, but they could be seen as early as next year.
When that farmer looks out to 2015, they're going to have to sign a contract that's significantly below what they're currently paying.
Dr. Goss is in charge of a survey called the Rural Main Street Index, sent out to banks in 10 different states. The survey is already showing signs that cash rents, for example, will have to change.
Our average is, at least according to the bankers, about $255 an acre. That's going to have to come down.
But one thing that's started to change, farm equipment sales. New equipment sales are the lowest level since the beginning of the survey. According to the survey, on average, bankers expect a 13.8% decline in farm equipment sales for the next year.
But you've got the dealers in these communities, and that's where we see the impacts, not so much in the manufacturer, but in the dealers in these communities. And these dealers, they depend on sales. Prices of used agricultural equipment, now that's down dramatically as well.
Goss says he doesn't anticipate a return to the 80s, but if all grain moves significantly lower, it could trigger some bigger problems downstream.
Obviously, and that does spill over in the communities. And you could have some foreclosures, you could have some bankruptcies in the farm sector for those farmers that have not hedged their bets well.
For now, at least a good harvest should help get most operations into 2015. In Omaha, Nebraska, I'm Betsy Gibbon reporting for AgDay.
Goss says if you're a farmer looking at used equipment, it may be a good time to buy. He also says grain farmers should consider diversifying their operations to cattle because the livestock side of things still looks strong.